Hey there, CJ Math students. So I'm going to help you out with homework 4.3, writing Algebraic Expressions intro. This is due Monday, so let's get this done today and you can have a wonderful weekend. So section 1 says, indicate with math symbols what operations are being described by the given words. Use plus, minus, times, or word division symbols. So basically, again, it would be a really good idea to have your keywords chart from notes 4.1 out by you. So this could be very simple. I'm going to do the odds. So sum, that's obviously an addition word. To add things up is to sum them. Number 3, to decrease by, to decrease something is to subtract it. Increase something or increased by is obviously addition. More than is also addition. And then twice something is multiplication, so times. All right. Section 2 says identify terms, constants, coefficients, and like terms in each expression. So we want the terms for this expression right here, 3z, 2z, 4z, and negative 1. So terms are simply things that are separated by plus and minus signs. So those are our terms right there. So literally everything. So 3z, 2z, 4z, and negative 1. Those are the terms. Let me rewrite negative 1 so it fits in the box. The constant. A constant is a number by itself. So number, and in fact, I'll write that down here. Number by itself. So the constant here is the number by itself is negative 1. And we take the sign with the constant as well. So we don't just say 1, we say the sign in front. If there was a plus sign in front of there, I'd say, oh, it's just 1. Since there's a minus sign, I could go plus and negative and say, okay, that constant is a negative 1. Coefficients. Coefficients are numbers attached to variables. And by the word attached, I mean they are factors. They're a product, so they're multiplying. Like 3z means 3 times z. So the coefficients are any numbers here that are attached to variables. So I got a 3 attached to a variable, a 2 attached to a variable, and a 4 attached to a variable. This is not attached to anything. That's a constant. So my coefficients are 3, 2, and 4. And like terms are anything that have same variable and exponent. Okay, so if I look through here, my like terms in this case are 3z, 2z, and 4z because they all have the same variable. So say 3z, 2z, and 4z. I could combine these all to get 9z, but didn't say simplify, I just said tell me the like terms, right? The next one. So a, b, negative c plus d. So first of all, I would, if I were you, put coefficients of 1 in front of all these, plus negative 1, because when the variable is by itself, it has a coefficient of 1. So the terms are simply all the terms, a, b, negative c, and d. Constants, we have no constants in a. There are no numbers by itself. Coefficients, we have really none, but we could say all variables have, well, no, let's not say that, sorry, erase that, my fault. We have 1, 1, negative 1, and 1. I was going to say all variables have a coefficient of 1, but the c has a coefficient of negative 1. Like terms, there are no like terms in A because they're all different variables, A, B, C, and D. They do not have the same variable, nor do they have the same exponent. Okay? All right, section 3. Write an algebraic expression to the given verbal expression. Use X for a number. Right, again, it's very important to have that keywords chart from notes 4.1 out, so this can help you out. So 8 less than, key term, a number. So we have X as our number minus 8. Why is it not 8 minus x? Because of that key phrasing, less than. 15, the quotient means division, of x and y. So we can say x divided by y, or we could say x over y. 9 times, dot, a number. Again, get used to seeing a dot for multiplication. 9 times x for multiplication, because x is going to be our variable, and it looks very similar to the multiplication sign. Or we can just say 9x. Get used to seeing no dot at all. A coefficient in front of a variable means multiply. In fact, label that. Means multiply. 9 times some number we don't know yet. 7 more than there's that key phrase, more than the cube of a number. So the cube of a number is x, and x cubed really means x to the third. That's what the cube means, to the third, right? So x cubed, and more than means plus 7. So why is the 7 after x to the third, or x cubed? Because of that key phrasing, more than. The product of twice x and y. So we want to do 2 times x and times y, which is really, again, without dots, I could say 2xy. Why can I say this? Because anytime you have a coefficient next to a variable, or a variable next to a variable, it means multiply. So 2 times a number we don't know and another number we don't know. 23. 2 less than 5 times a number. So there's that key phrasing, less than, so 2 goes at the end. 5 times a number, 5 dot a number we don't know. So 5 times a number we don't know minus 2, or 5x minus 2. Right? You guys are responsible for the evens. Let's go over to the back side. All right, we got some multiple choice. Write the phrase as a variable expression. Use x to represent a number. So the difference of 5 and a number. Difference of 5 and a number. So 5 minus x. That's all that is. There's no flip-flopping because it didn't say the word less than. Okay, so this was wrong because it would have had to be less than. That's when you would have flipped it. Okay. The quotient of 38 times a number and negative 4. So first we have to do 38 times a number we don't know, and we have to take the quotient of it divided by negative 4. So 38 times 4 divided by negative 4. Well, that's plus. This is minus. 38 times a number we don't know divided by negative 4. That looks promising. And then we get this 152x. It doesn't even say 152x. See, oops, I just didn't even. I shouldn't have done that. My fault. Skip. I'll do 3. A number divided by negative 11. A number divided by negative 11. So x divided by negative 11. That's negative 11 divided by a number. So that's flip-flopped. This is multiplication, so that's wrong. This is obviously the right answer. This is subtraction, so C. Now I'm going to skip to 5. The sum of negative 9 and a number. So negative 9, the sum means plus number x. So negative 9 plus x. This is the correct answer. This is wrong because that says negative 9 minus x. Some of you say, well, we could keep change. Fine, do it. It becomes the sum of negative 9 and negative x, which is not okay. This is wrong because it's positive 9 plus x. So B is your correct answer. This is obviously the product, which is wrong. Right? Number 7, the quotient of 40 and the product of a number and negative 8. So we want to say the quotient of 40 divided by the product of a number and negative 8. So negative 8 times something we don't know. Right? So this is 40 divided by x minus 8. That's wrong. This is 320. Doesn't even in the problem. 40 divided by negative 8 times a number we don't know. Seems like it. Negative 8 times a number we don't know divided by 40. That's flip-flopped. So C is our answer. And number 9, a number subtracted from 20. Now this key thing, subtracted from 20, is kind of like less than, right? I want to take negative 20 and I want to subtract a number from it. Negative 20 minus x. So that's multiplication. This is addition. This is turns out to be addition. And this is our answer, D. Right? Let me do number 25. You and 4 friends, so that's 5 people total, plan a surprise party. Each of you contributes the same amount of money, M, for food. Write an algebraic expression for the total money contributed for food. So I have 5 friends. We each pay $5. That kind of word each sometimes can mean multiply. So if we're each bringing $2, we can imagine how much money we have. Well, if I bring $2 and my 4 friends each bring $2, that's $10. So 5 times M, or just 5M. So evaluate your expression if each person contributed $5.25. What would that be? This is basically saying, what is the answer to this if M equals $5.25, right? So basically what you do is you say 5M, and then you plug in 5 parentheses, because M, they're telling you, is equal to $5.25. They're saying, hey, your friends brought $5.25, and so did you. And there's 5 of you, so how much money do you have altogether? So 5 times $5.25, okay? This will give you your answer in dollars. And 5 times $5.25, real quickly, sorry, is 5 times $5.25, $26.25. That's how much you have for the surprise party when everybody brings $5.25. Now say they change this to everybody brought $6 if m equaled 6, right? This is our answer, by the way. But if m equals 6, it'd be 5 parentheses 6, and then we would have had $30, right? But I just want to see how that changed, okay? All right, that's it. Have a wonderful weekend. Call me if you have questions.